In this video, I want to tell you, build a bolder vision. Build a bolder vision for your family, build a bolder vision for your community, and have a bolder vision for the nation and the globe. In this series, we're speaking about ihsan, excellence. And in the first video, 2 weeks ago, we spoke about that ihsan means not doing your best, but doing better and better. And so in this second video, we're speaking about step number 1 of us being able to do better and better. And that step number 1 is build a bolder vision. There's a story about this amazing a woman. Her name is Zubaydah bint Ja'far. She was the wife of Harun al-Rashid, who was the 5th caliph of the Abbasid. And her husband ruled over an empire that extended from Tunisia to Iraq to Iran, all the way to parts of Soviet Union. And she was obviously a noble woman. She was a powerful woman. And she's someone, when she went to Hajj, she traveled from Baghdad, from the capital, to Mecca, to Medina, and she noticed that there was a problem. That the people who were traveling for Hajj, the Hujjaj, they were having a lot of suffering due to lack of water, due to lack of facilities that they can rest, they can nurture, they can make their journey more easy. And so she had this vision. She built a bolder vision. She didn't just accept the status quo, that traveling from Baghdad, traveling across the world, coming to Mecca and Medina, it's just difficult. It just should be hard. People just should suffer and die from dehydration. She had a bolder vision. And so she called up all the engineers, and she said, I want you to look into this. We need to solve this problem. And so the engineers, they looked into the possibility of building a waterway from Baghdad to Mecca to Medina. And they said, ma'am, look, this is not possible. From architecture perspective, from engineering perspective, it's just too hard. She said, I don't care how hard it is, you get it done. And so they would go and they would start the project, and they would come midway and say, ma'am, it is costing us too much money. We just can't do it. She said, I don't care. If each of the dig costs hundreds of dollars, we will do it. And she spent from her own money. And so this woman, she had bolder vision. And to this day, this waterway is known as Ain Zubaydah, Darb Zubaydah, and it's a historical monument. And so she had this bolder vision. And so what I'm telling you in this video is to have a bolder vision. Oftentimes people come to me and say, I'm just procrastinating. I don't feel excited at my job. I feel like, my relationship is not as strong as it used to be with my family. It's not as strong as it used to be with my spouse. It's not as strong as it used to be with my brothers and sisters in the masjid. Build a bolder vision. If you are procrastinating, it's probably because one of the reasons is you're not excited. And so what I'm telling you is that the goal that you have set for your life, if your goal is, I just want to be in my 50s, I just want to be in my 70s, and I want just this and this and this, and you have this very monotone, very non-exciting ambition for your life, that's probably why you don't feel as thrilled. That's probably why you have a hard time getting up in the morning. It's probably why you're procrastinating. If your goal is just to be able to pray salah 5 times a day, you're probably not as thrilled. Versus, make a bolder vision and say, my goal is to be able to pray salah, and every salah I feel this inner peace, I feel this bond with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You expand that vision. And so if your goal is just to graduate from college, it's just to get rid of this 4 years of nonsense, then of course you're going to get up in the morning, feel tired, hate your professors, hate your classes, hate your campus. But I'm telling you, build a bolder vision. Why don't you say, I'm going to graduate, and I'm going to graduate as a valedictorian. I'm going to speak at the graduation. If that excites you. Or perhaps I want to get involved in the campus and be the student president of the campus, if that excites you. Maybe I want to get as much as I can get and build as much network I can make in these 4 years that I have. You build a bolder vision. When you build a bolder vision, there's much more excitement. If you're going to a job and you're thinking, I just need to pay the bills, it pays the bills, and you go to work like that, of course you're not as thrilled. You get up in the morning, you hate the traffic, you hate getting in the car, you hate getting into the subway, the train station. Everything's just a pain. I'm telling you, build a bolder vision. When you have a bolder vision, you do better. And you build a bolder vision by making it more exciting. And so there's this balance. There's a balance between making your goal just boring and just what's realistic, and there's a balance of making your goal over the top, making it out of actually fear of overcompensating. What do I mean? So you want to make sure that you make your goal at first, make it realistic. What you call, you know what, I think most likely in the next 2 years I could probably get this done when it comes to my business, when it comes to my e-commerce, I could probably get this done. I'm telling you, go one step up. So take what you feel is realistic and go one step. Some people, they take what's realistic and they go 5, 10, 200 steps up. And that's actually coming from their fear and coming from them overcompensating. It's not actually motivational Boulder Vision. It's actually just out of fear and out of making something that they know they will never achieve, because sometimes it's not even humanly possible. If you're saying that, you know, you're already in your 40s and you want to get into MBA, you're probably a little off track. Maybe you can coach, you know, a little league. That might be possible. But so make your vision that's realistic and then take it one step up. And so that's the fine balance of how you build a Boulder Vision. And this building a Boulder Vision is the first step in being able to do better and better. Not doing your best, but doing better every day. As Imam Shafi'i, he says, either in life you are growing or you're dying. You have no choice. Either you grow or you die. And so either your business is getting better or competitors are coming in. Either your relationship are improving or they're actually declining. There's no like, you know what, we're at a good place with my family. I'm at a good place with my spouse. I'm at a good place with my children. There's no such thing at a good place, because if you leave time erodes the progress. So either you are growing or you're dying. And so take this step number one, build a bolder vision. Write out your vision that you have for each of the areas of your life. And maybe each sector of your life, whether it be your particular, you know, role that you have in the company, maybe your volunteer role that you have at your organization or masjid, maybe your vision that you have for your relationship with your son, and write that out and make it bolder. Say, you know what, I think I could do better. I think maybe not today, maybe I can't see it today, but in 5 years, in 1 month, in 2 years, in 10 years, I think it can get better. And so don't do your best, but do better and better. Jazakumullah khairan. I'll see you in our step number 2, which is the third video in the series, which is about letting go of the excuses, and then the fourth video, which will be the third step, which will be about taking action. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.